Okay. Fellow Ugandans, I am known by the names Aroma Patrick, a legal professional who does a weekly series. I publish articles and also do the videos. I am a legal professional, a community developer, a human rights activist, and above all, I am a hustler. I do a lot of hustling in order to make a living. I'm a businessman, in other words. So today we are going to talk about the collapse of Ugandan economy. You know very well that foreign companies are now leaving Uganda. Games, ShopRite, AfriCell, they are all leaving this country. Why? Because the economy has collapsed. And these people are essentially living because our middle class cannot sustain them. Actually, the living of these foreign companies exposes the fallacy and the hollowness of the middle class in this country. The middle class that the NRM has been building right from 1986 up to date cannot sustain these big supermarkets in our country. So it means that we do not have a sustainable middle class. Secondly, on the poor economic policy during this COVID-19, right from March 2020 up to now, there are measures which were announced by government which has never been implemented. Loans to educational institution to be taken by UDB, zero. It has not been taken. Penalties by banks not to be altered. Banks not to punish defaulters. Banks have been punishing defaulters and even confiscating their collateral. Yeah? Thirdly, the policies of URA not to collect taxes during this period on payee. Wapi? URA has been demanding for payee, you know. So, if you look at what has caused the economic collapse, it is essentially the policies of the NRM. And even the Emyoga has been discussed in Parliament. You have heard it has not performed well in many parts of Uganda. Just like the rural farmer scheme, Etandikwa, Bonabaga Gawale, Okulembeka, Operation Wealth Creation, all these pro-government programs have not worked. And right now they are talking of the parish model. And the parish model has been fused politically with the NRM party, since the NRM chairpersons are supposed to sit in those committees is a must. So, what we are witnessing in this country is a failed economic policies. And yet, Uganda is supposed to be a role model for the other African countries. You know, the Western world has been touting the government and President Museveni that, he belonged to the so-called new breed of African leaders who are supposed to usher in democracy, rule of law, and constitutionalism. But as we speak right now, the safeguards to Ugandan constitution, the term limits and the age limits have been removed, which opens for the door for President Museveni to rule forever the way he wants. The only safeguard to democracy and rule of law and the constitution was the age limit and the term limits, which has been removed. Ugandan constitution has been overthrown. So, unless we revert back to the path of constitutionalism, democracy, and rule of law, the economy will continue to suffer because of the patronage nature of the state in which we are in. So, ladies and gentlemen, in my next series, I'm going to talk about the privatization policy, how the NRM government has messed up some businesses in this country, and the stimulus packages which they are now proposing. That is going to come in the next article on Wednesday. Thank you. Hey.